Yeah, it's come. Right then, what? Right, we're doing this video a bit early because you won't be here next Thursday. Right, so we'll do it now. And then I'll post it up next Thursday when it's due. So, we're starting today. I haven't got a clue. Well, I've mentioned a few things here. You know, what seems to be in the news. Obviously, there were the big march, the United Kingdom march. So, see, that media keeps calling it Tory Robinson march, but it was United Kingdom march. People being patriotic, right, want to get the nation back, sort of thing. Well, thousands there seem to go down okay. So there were all that. Unfortunately, as we've heard, Tommy Robinson, 18 months. I thought he'd get a couple here. I don't know whether they come with terrorism deal on releasing the video.
I don't know, I never saw it, so
Right.
I don't know. So,
Just makes no sense at all to me. Well, that's the powers that will be. Trying to bash us all down. That's what I said to you this morning. How many people seem to be like dumbed down by it all? You know, like they say to me, I was telling you one of this morning, they say to me, God, where it's all heading, and proper glum about everything. But I said to you, this is my feelings on it, Wank, and then you'll tell us your feelings on it. I think it's deliberate to make people dumb down and depressed. I really, really do. And it seems to be everywhere, and I'm thinking, wow, there don't seem to be any positive anywhere, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it?
well, yeah, I know what you're saying. It could be an extension from your lockdowns or whatever. Like I say, the way they sort of treat the economy, sort of cost of living and everything else. You know, sort of created conditions where people aren't in a good place really. So I suppose from that point of view, yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, it seems to everybody I talk to seems to be like that. I'm thinking, wow,
Yeah,
everybody's that negative about everything.
yeah,
To me, it's got to be deliberate. It's a bit dumbing down, psychological dumbing down, as it were. You know, the nation's going to part, right? Well, going apart. But it's not just the nation, is it? It's the world, and it's sort of like imploding in it on itself with all the rhetoric, what's flying around, climate change, this, that, and other. You know, right? Doing away with cash. It's everything all at once, isn't it? Daft electric vehicles, windmills, you know what I mean? Solar panel farms instead of cows. It's all that, isn't it?
yeah.
All
it's
piled
true,
on. And that's how they're thinking, isn't it? That's how they're perceiving it.
Yeah,
They're taking it on board.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've only got to create a certain amount of. You've only got to create the initial conditions, and obviously people, you know, it's like Chinese whispers. It sort of just gets out of control. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
A lot of people I speak to seem to be not quite positive about things, whether influenced by media, etc. I don't know, or their own personal circumstances. Like I say, general cost of living in general, high energy prices. You know, it sort of has an effect on people, I suppose.
Well, prices definitely, mate. Energy prices. There's a lot of people talk about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right. It's going to be tough this winter, you know. So when them people losing that fuel that much.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, their own statistics say they're expecting 4,000 deaths. Wow. Perhaps you're having that on your conscience. Well, they ain't got a conscience, have they?
well, they're trying to soften the blow, aren't they? They're trying to make it. Oh, they're trying to sort of skirt around it and say it's going to be means tested. They'll always give them extreme examples where people are millionaires are getting it, but you know as well as I know.
Yeah, few and far between.
Yeah, few and far between.
Which is nonsense, that.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
My thing with it is this, mate. What will be, will be. I've got no control. Right? I've lost it myself. So, there you go. And I've only had it for 2 years, like I mentioned in the last video. But what gets me is this, mate. So hang on a minute. You give 11 billion away, right, to Africa because it's hot.
Yeah.
Climate. Garbage, right? 11 billion.
Yeah.
How much are you going to save with winter fuel allowance? 1.5. Right? All right then. Loads of people will have objections giving 11 billion away with a bit of things to spend on. Well, hypothetically then, is this. Why did you touch that part of the benefits, you know, the winter payments to say 1.5? Why didn't you give them 9.5 instead of 11?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You understand me?
Yeah, I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense.
It does it on the face of it, but I think what it is.
Not like you should be giving them all.
No. I agree with what you're saying on the face of it. It seems as though well, you gain, you know, other countries obviously financial assistance when basically you should be dealing with your own. I understand that point. I think what it is when people talk about aid or development, it's not quite given to them for free.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
You know what I mean? So obviously they may very well give, say, a particular nation some monies, but I can assure you there's strings attached for the big corporations.
Yeah.
So really, they're not getting aid. They are getting aid, but they're not getting aid. It's not aid in free sense of the word. It's probably
there's a commitment they have to.
Yeah. It's a commitment.
Whether it be, you know, debt or whatever.
Oh yeah. So I mean, on the face of it, it just seems as though they're giving money away, and other countries are getting that sort of money, and not getting anything in return. And then one sort of questions, well, if why doing that? You should really be seen to your own population.
Yeah.
But it's not quite. I don't. When they talk about aid and development, it's definitely not giving away. So there's obviously vested interests, big corporations or whatever. They're obviously going to benefit, but obviously it's not the population, our population at large that's going to benefit. It's going to be certain interests. It could be mining interests, farming interests, military interests. It could be them sort of interests.
Yeah. But among it, among it,
yes,
you know and I know,
yes,
when these sort of, even though there might be loans, like we're saying,
yes,
what you're saying,
yes,
I agree with you.
Yes.
Right, they're not given for now.
No.
So there's some sort of loans on resources or whatever it is, manpower, whatever it is.
Yes.
Right. But you know what I know, right? A lot of that money will be corrupted and be taken out.
Oh yeah,
and go nowhere.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. That alone would, I think, would amount to more than the 1.5 to save on cancelling the old people's winter fuel allowance.
Well, it's like if you give money to certain,
it's like,
well, I mean Africa, Africa in general, it's obviously it's known for dictatorships, this that and the other.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you're giving foreign aid to them, I'm sure that whether present or past, there has been times where dictatorships have been in them countries, obviously been skimming that money off.
Yeah, that's happening all the time.
Of course it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, to me, like, I'm watching it all, I just think none of it makes any sense, but none of it's supposed to.
No.
You know what I mean? I know that's like a stupid explanation, but it's like, to me, all this is happening, and everybody's going, none of it makes any sense. How crazy is cloud cuckoo, clown planet, whatever it is, it's upside down inversion, whatever they're going out with it. I'm not going, that's just how they planned it.
It's like investing in military equipment like bombs or bullets and this, that and the other. It could cost millions of pounds, and yet, at the end of the day, they just exploded it wherever they're exploded.
Yeah.
And one could argue, with that £5 million, people, they could provide hospital equipment and everything else for its citizens, but it is the way it is.
Yeah.
It seems a crying shame that sort of money is just blown up somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, don't you, man?
There you go.
A big pile of gunpowder.
Yeah, it's
just blow it up.
It's just used to blow up somewhere.
Yeah, and then they come out with this. I don't even believe it.
Yeah.
That's some of the price of these missiles.
Yeah.
I don't even believe that price. Totally exaggerated. It's just to milk the system.
Oh,
You
whatever.
know what I
What I'm
mean?
saying is-
This missile cost £3 million.
Yeah, but
When you fired at 100.
oh yeah, well, it just illustrates the point that resources.
You've got a few holes in tarmac. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just illustrates
Well.
the point that money or resources can be used elsewhere and could be more beneficial to society
Yeah.
in general. I mean, that is it. It's just, to me, it's just a complete waste. It's a complete waste.
But it's always generated money. War, that's what it's about, isn't it? It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's how they do it. That's why they're carrying it all on.
Oh yeah,
But
obviously,
wow, isn't it sick?
there's going to be vested interest, but
Wow, it's sick, isn't it?
well, yeah, on the face, yeah,
You know,
it is, yeah,
It's sick. It's like
is.
lives for this nonsense. It's all sick.
But I mean, every department that's actually run, every government department, you could actually argue somebody's trying to got the fingers in the pie. And there's always someone making a buck,
Always.
whether it's military, education, or whatever, or even in the health sector. There's somebody making a buck somewhere. Obviously, public purse, biggest purse going.
Exactly.
The biggest purse, the biggest spenders
That's
in
it.
the UK.
Well,
Public
that's it,
purse.
isn't it? Yeah. That's where your money is.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, so there's all that going off.
yeah,
So that's what's making people depressed as well, I reckon.
maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
To me, it's just carving that Ukraine up. BlackRock and all them. Well,
Politics, though, isn't it?
yes, politics, money,
So
politics.
there's always something behind it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, going on a bit. All this shit going on. And then we still in with all these vaccines and this, that, and the other, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was surprised that the BBC actually mentioned them at long last, 4 years after, like, but that 4 years, there is people injured by them. At last, yeah, we know what they all say. They're very, 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 very rare. That's what they tell us, right? But bloody hell, when you look around the planet, they're not as rare as you think they are they? So, at least they've not addressed it as they should, but at least they're starting to recognise, especially with AstraZeneca. I know it was taken off the market, rightly so. But I don't know what we paid out. I think it's about just over 100, I think, claims, if that. And it's only, I don't know, 30,000 or more
yeah.
claims in. Do I see one of them all getting a payment? No. Do I see any of them ever get a payment? No. They'll be welcome.
Well, it's.
Unfortunately.
I mean, I don't.
To me, if they're hurt people, they're hurt people. Let's stick our hands up,
Yeah. Well, I don't watch the BBC. I don't really watch
Well,
much TV in general.
You're
but-
not missing, no, are you?
well, yeah.
I only see them through alternative.
Yeah.
Like, you know me, I've always thought BBC is no more than a government propaganda machine.
Yeah.
Pay,
Well.
but they ask us to pay for it, as always.
Yeah. Well, it's a license like any other
God.
license. You're trying to
God.
trying to take money out of economy.
yeah.
So, but basically, it's.
Yeah, we want a lot of propaganda, but you're paying for it.
Yeah,
Aaron. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Marcus, you pay for it.
It's like any
Fucking
other.
hell.
It's like many other claims that against the governments usually try and get brushed under the carpet. It's just like them post office workers. I mean, they've got. Is it Court of Appeal judgment or Supreme Court? What
No,
sure
they
is
won
it?
it. The postmasters.
Yeah,
came
well, I'm
with
just
it.
illustrating the point. Even if they
They
won
won
it,
it.
trying to
Well, they
get
haven't
paid.
compensated any of them, really.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So,
Even though they won
if
it.
they've been to a, did they go to Supreme Court or Court of Appeal?
You've got to appeal, I believe.
Court of Appeal. So,
I mean, they denied it for years and knowing it was fact.
the point I'm illustrating,
Wow.
they've actually had a court case, won the case.
Yeah.
Now they even had payout. So what chance of somebody who's being injured by a vaccine?
Well, they've only just announced, all that blood transfusion malarkey,
Yeah,
when they were giving contaminated blood.
yeah.
It's been going on for donkeys and
There you
donkeys
go
and
then.
donkeys. And now, only just last week, they've announced that they will pay them who have been affected by it and them who, their estate was well gone over it, £100,000. They've actually stuck their hand up. Now they've actually give a figure, right, and what compensations will we get in, right? Absolutely scandalous. But it's took decades. So
Well,
these post office workers waiting
Yeah.
for money, that will take decades. These people
yeah.
who have actually injured,
Oh, yeah.
that will take decades.
Oh yeah, well, there'll be conditions for payment as well.
Oh, definitely.
Like, whether there's any beneficiaries to, people that sort of die off, whether that's still part of the estate, etc. I don't know.
Well, according to that blood one, it'll go to the estates, the family or brothers, sisters or
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
Well, we'll wait and see.
have to wait and see.
Whether they pay the penny out yet, I ain't got a clue.
Don't know.
So post office workers, even though you've won your case, don't hold your
I
rest
just
of
think it's
payment, man.
Yeah, but what
you
usually find is all the legal costs. The legal profession. The legal profession always seem to make quite a bit of money out of it. In fact, usually find they probably end up making more than the claimants themselves.
You bet.
Terrible system.
Yeah, you bet.
You know what I mean?
That's
Well,
how
they
it
just
operates.
they're straight in there, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
So
The vultures, as I call them.
we'll start running the costs up this time or the other. Yeah, don't know it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be allowed really, but end of the day, it is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
mean, what makes me laugh as well is that the judiciary side actually observe it and they don't do anything about it. So
you think that's corrupt, no? It's not really, that
No, well,
judiciary.
I mean-
it needs a proper overhaul,
I mean-
if you ask me, like.
yeah, I mean, being in the presence of something actually being done and doing nothing about it. What's that say about the entity or individual? Doesn't say much, does it?
Says no.
There you go then.
So, right. It's just all chaos. If you can't, the point of these people is judges. And if you can't judge without being biased, right?
Well, the point
what's the point of them?
the point I'm saying is
If you go on paper, what is the point
Well,
of these people?
Yeah, well, the point I'm saying is that you're getting these claimants going before the judiciary. They know that the legal profession's basically ripping off the public purse, and the judiciary is standing and watching, knowing full well that they'll probably end up better than the clients.
Yeah.
I mean, what sort of individuals are them? It's just my point of
Well,
view.
they're an industry, aren't they? They're a corporate entity to themselves,
Well,
aren't they?
even so, but what I'm saying is, it just says a lot about the judiciary. I'm sorry to say, but it does.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't pull the legal profession up about it whatsoever.
No. There's none of that.
You know what I mean? So anyway,
That's law, isn't it?
yeah,
The law, you don't get into that. Well,
yeah,
there's no straight about that.
no.
No. It's not even the same language, is it? Legally,
No.
you know what I mean?
No.
Well, you studied a bit, you said on it.
Well, they try-
Legally, it is.
yeah,
Totally
well,
different language, isn't
yeah,
it?
well, they're trying thingy. They're trying to get this separation of powers, which
No,
is nonsense.
exactly.
So anyway,
Exactly.
yeah,
Hey, we're going to get moving on here because it's getting on what.
yeah,
So, anyway, that's all that.
yeah.
Been going off. I keep asking around with lads with chickens, you know what I mean? Have you registered yet? No. Oh, you got the consent or the corn neck them for you.
Yeah, well, there's again there's a multi-purpose to that, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you say, they can sort of control the amount that's going into the food chain, and end of the day, get licence fees on the way.
Yeah, licence money.
Yeah, well, everything's sort of being licensed now.
Yeah.
You know, you got all these so-called bodies that are licensed.
That's it, get your budget
Everything's
now.
licensed.
Yeah,
It's just a money-making extraction.
yeah. Probably your budget now going to cost you a licence fee.
Yeah, you know, everything will be licensed.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you've got that license, you can't do whatever
You can't do.
can't do. It's
Can't
easy.
do up, can you?
No, not really.
No, no.
No.
It's gone them from doing it.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Why? Because you won't throw your money out.
Listen, I'm not knocking health and safety, whatever, but sometimes there's sort of things that are sort of way beyond health and safety issues. It's just pure licensing, just for licensing's sake.
Yeah. Anyway, get on to the subject.
Yeah.
We've been on about a bit of boxing. Yeah, we had Castrol at weekend. Good win by him. Good boxer, isn't he?
Yeah.
Quiet lad, but good boxer. But the main thing was the conference, wasn't it? We Usyk and Fury's
Yeah.
undercard, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Well, that undercard's getting more traction than all of them. And that Dave Allen's getting more attraction than any of them, isn't he? You know what I mean? No, do you? But you know me, that Dave Allen, I like him. I really like him. Right. I used to, when I first come across him quite a few years back, right, before he retired at 220, I knew him before that. And I told you we were on that Peter Fury podcast with Hit Manhattan, Ricky. Right. I just like how he talks. And as he started his own podcast, he's got better and better, hasn't he, at talking to camera, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
He's quite an intelligent kid when you listen to him. I used to think he would punch through me, like, yeah, honestly, I did. I used to think, Dave, you're punch through. You know, when he was younger, he took that many punches. He's done that fucking sparring, hasn't he? With everybody. But I'm glad he's getting some traction.
Yes.
You know, I'm glad he's getting this reward. If he wins it, he ain't even bigger. He says he called it. The fact if he wins this fight, he'll get some fuck off money. You know what that means? He says it's like Carl Frock. He says I like Carl Frock. You know why? Because he's got fuck off money. Right? That means he can say what he wants. He's got his own money.
Yeah.
You can't buy him. I like that. I thought that was really, really, really good. But obviously, that keeps coming up, doesn't it? Moses Itamo. Yeah, like a 19-year-old kid. I showed you these fights.
Yeah.
Knockout fights.
Yeah.
What you reckon to win one?
Yeah, well, it's like you can sort of see boxers of the past in him, a bit like George Foreman. He's got a George Foreman look.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
But he's got the sort of the way he seems to be sort of winning his fights. It sort of reminds me of young Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he's like
I think
them two roll together,
roll together. Yeah, I think they're trying to. The impression I get is, well, they mentioned today about him maybe becoming the youngest world champion. They obviously would be comparing him with Mike Tyson.
Oh, definitely.
Well, I remember watching some videos of a young Mike Tyson, and it sort of reminds me, very explosive, but his physical physique and just the way he looks and this one always reminds me of a George Foreman.
He does, mate.
So it's interesting.
He is proper interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't wait how his career develops.
well, you can. It's not hard to see that he's obviously got the potential to become a world champion.
Wow.
But the question is whether he becomes the youngest one.
Yeah. I don't think they should rush him.
No, I can't remember how old Tyson was. We're 21.
21.
So he's got a couple of years.
He's got a couple of years.
Yeah.
If that's what we're aiming for with him.
Yeah, there just seems to be. I think people are sort of trying to compare, because obviously Tyson was quite young, and obviously trying to compare. I'm not saying the same, trying to make exact comparisons though as a young British Tyson, but it's just with his age and that, and the way he's actually seems to be winning all the fights.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Could be a mistake to push him. Then again, it might not be.
It might not be, no.
He's just a proper. I said to you, you know how I describe him?
Yeah.
Right. He's a real powerful heavyweight. But he fights like a middleweight.
Yeah, he's got
jumping
speed,
about all over, moving
Yeah.
about all over. He's got that style.
Yeah. Well, Tyson did though,
He
didn't
can box, that kid
Yeah.
can box, man.
Yeah, I mean, young Mike Tyson is exactly the same. Even though heavyweight, he moved really fast, very explosive. So yeah.
I'm really looking forward to his career. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're finding it hard for sparring partners. They definitely find it hard to matchmaking.
Well,
Because I understand it.
yeah.
There's been quite some good offers around, right? But they won't. Other fighters won't accept them.
Well, I mean, this opponent has actually got. Seems as though he's been tried and tested. In his career, so obviously he does quite well with him.
Yeah.
It obviously puts him on the international stage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, I don't. He's not fought for a belt yet, though, has he?
No,
Of any
no.
description.
No, not even British.
This is what I'm saying.
Level.
You see, he's not fought for the British belt, but they it's how they sort of consider him way beyond that.
Well, obviously, with his Dempsey fight,
Yeah.
the guy's never been beaten, except with last one with Ervovich. He went full 12 rounds with him. Right. That's one big step up when you think of Ervovich were number one at one time.
Yeah.
Before Daniel Dubois beat him.
Yeah.
For the IBF.
Yeah.
It's some step up, isn't it?
It is a big step up. It's like he's leapfrogged the
British European lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like it's as though he's like being given a world ranking, although not officially, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. He's obviously considered.
Yeah. Definitely. The more I watch him,
Yeah.
he's an incredible talent. Yeah.
Well, we'll soon find out.
Yeah.
Soon find out if he obviously wins his next fight.
Well,
he wins
I'll
it
tell you
for-
what, if he knocks him out in the first few rounds, man,
Yeah.
well, what do you do with him then?
Well, he's got to go on. Well, he's got to be on world stage, doesn't he? I
Well.
mean, you can't really say Commonwealth or European. You know what I mean? He's obviously going to be world level then, isn't he?
Got to be, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it
Yeah.
all. Anyway, it's 27,
Yeah.
right? 26. Doesn't it go fast when we're doing these?
Yeah, fairly.
video?
Well, they're just casual conversations out there.
Well, that's it. That's what they are. We don't have any pre-plan what we want to talk about. We ain't got a clue.
No, they're just developed.
Do you remember when we were
Yeah.
out Saturday night on Dale's birthday? Right, and he realises now, because he's been involved with us quite a bit,
Yeah.
I would just sit down and do it spontaneously.
Yeah.
There's no notes, there's no nothing.
No.
Nobody knows what's going to be said, not even me.
No.
We just start the conversation. And, and obviously, like I said to you, out the views, 5 of them are Dale's.
Yeah.
He keeps watching the video over and over. Right, he's getting into it.
Becoming an addict.
Yeah, he's coming at it, yeah. And he sent me a message, as I told you, he sent a message over Facebook, well, I'll keep it up, guys, you know what I mean? So I thanked him for that.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, but he keeps listening to it over and over again.
And he was shot.
Well, he needs a shot.
And he was shot for today.
Yeah. That went alright Saturday, didn't it?
Yeah,
Couple of
I really
hours.
enjoyed it.
I know it was quiet, but nobody goes to the pub anymore, does he?
Well, I mean, I was very surprised actually. It was quite an enjoyable thing. I'm surprised people don't actually go out a lot more on a Saturday, but saying that.
Yeah.
But, it was sort of quiet, but
I liked it.
it was really nice.
Yeah, it wasn't
We weren't
rowdy
busy
or
at
all
all,
like
no.
that.
No, it's just
Like they used to be.
well, like we sort of discussed, there's going to be busy times for them because they couldn't make it
They're
pay.
every Sunday, apparently. Karaoke.
Yeah, I'm going
is
to say they couldn't make it pay otherwise, could they?
No.
I mean, there were quite a few bar staff on. There were probably about, 7 or 8 people.
Yeah.
They weren't exactly supping pints
No.
willy-nilly.
No.
You got up running expenses, writing, eating,
Yeah. 'cause you
bar
better.
staff, everything else.
I said to you and Dale.
Yeah.
I noticed the eating one on the up. I doesn't pay for that with half
Yeah.
a dozen.
Well, they've obviously got to have busy nights to cover.
Like you say, nobody was drinking fast.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. I mean, I don't know what it is. A pint was it about £5, is it?
Yeah.
It's like £30. I mean, we've got some people. There's like £35 in it on the average.
Yeah.
But like I say, you got bar staff and their hourly rates, so
Yeah. Minimum wage and all that.
so it's
Electric heating.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Option, I don't know.
yeah, probably probably lost leading nights.
Yeah.
Can't see that paying, not for time. I can't see it paying. Can't see him making a profit on
No,
Saturday.
it's impossible. Anyway, we'll leave it.
Yeah.
What, nearly another 30 minutes.
Yeah,
We keep doing these 30 minutes as though they're like 5.
yeah,
They just get longer.
yeah.
Anyway, like I always say, however you got it, so be it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, please like and subscribe. Right, get your mates, have a look at it. Right, and just enjoy the company. As
Yeah.
always, I'll leave the last word to Marcus. Marcus? yours.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Remember, every penny counts.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Look at time again.
I know,
Wow.
is it